Hey. My name is Review Starkid. Because where I come from, Farm Planet, your first name is what you do, and your second name is what you like. Let me take you back to the year of 2011, where on Team Starkid's channel they only had a few shows, two being Very Potter Musical and its subsequent sequel, and Me and My Dick, a very light-hearted story about the boy lived, and a story about a boy and his Richard. So I think it's safe to say that nobody would have expected Starkid to go in the direction that they did, deciding to go for a space opera about an alien bug looking for love, primarily performed by some incredibly designed 3D puppets. Puppetry as an art form and practical effects as a whole seems to be swept under the rug by the use of CGI nowadays, with some exceptions, but it is also an art form that's quite hard to pull off well, as it might seem quite uncanny as you're giving life to an inanimate object with nothing but sticks and a hand up their butt. However, when live on stage, you would have no other choice than to use puppetry, but on stage, you need to have the divide between the puppet and the actor. Ways which this is done is having a board up the front of the stage and having only the puppet visible, such as in Randy Feltface and Sesame Street. But unfortunately, if you're on stage and you wish for those puppets to move around and interact with live action actors, you're gonna have to try something different. And unfortunately, live on stage, you don't have the luxury of having someone dove over the puppet and make it look like they're talking on their own. How did you do that? And so what Starkid did, similar to the musical Avenue Q, is that they dress themselves down to match more with the background, position the puppet either in front of their face or to the side, and just be way so damn expressive that you can't help but notice the puppet instead of the actor. Sprinkle in a bit of suspension of disbelief from the audience and you have an incredible show on your hands. Starkid did this so well to the point that they give an old nod and a wink and a fourth wall break with the actual actors behind the puppets throughout this show, which I will of course be talking about. And so with Starkid's newest show coming out, Cinderella Castle, making use of puppetry once again, I thought what better time to go back and revisit this incredible show that I personally love dearly because of their creative use of puppetry and the 3D puppet designs, which are just phenomenal. And these incredibly designed puppets are all thanks to the 3D puppet design team Russ Walco, Artie Esposito, Carrie Cacker, and Brett O'Quinn. And of course, wouldn't be a Starkid show without it being a musical, and so in this show, the music was written and composed by Darren Criss, who plays Harry Potter in the Very Potter musical series. Now I could gush about the puppet design and the obscene amounts of sci-fi references throughout this whole show right now, but you know that's not how we do this. We gotta go and start from the very beginning. A very good place to start. Let's dive in to Starkid's musical, Starship. Contrary to most musicals, instead of an opening song, we are given an opening cutscene from the Helldivers, the Starship Rangers, asking you to join their team to go out and conquer the stars for peace, justice, and liberty.
See new worlds.
We come to conquer in peace.
See exotic new life forms.
Meet strange and fascinating new creatures.
Well, I wouldn't say strange.
Escape the horrible robot wars of Earth.
Annihilate human enslavers.
Boldly go where no man,
Hey!
woman,
Bark Wolf!
haha, or Datadog has gone before.
And spread managed democracy throughout the galaxy. Become a hero. Become a legend. Become
The Starship Rangers, leading humankind into the future for the past 900 years.
We're here.
We're here. I'm here.
here. We're here.
This is followed by a distress signal sent from one of the Starship Ranger ships, scrambled and full of little details that will make sense later on in the show, but for now, we get to see who is watching this propaganda, with eyes filled with wonder and an exoskeleton filled with dreams of joining the Starship Rangers.
Thing they are that I'm not. Yeah! Beep, 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 beep. Captain's log. Hit the meteor showers, K90X. I'll fight off this gamma radiation if it's the last thing I ever do.
Bug! Played by Joey Richter, who does an absolutely incredible job puppeteering the small orange body alongside Brent Cox, playing Roach, who seems very at home swirling and flying around the place with his character.
Okay. Yeah! Pretenderette hit! Mission complete! My best friend Roach is dead.
This opening song does an incredible job of establishing the Bug Planet. Not just the characters, but how the world works, the rules of the hive, and how, in a very B-movie fashion, today's the day that Bug and Roach are receiving the jobs they are going to have for the rest of their lives.
I don't have a job!
Yeah, but you're getting one today. You, me, and a million other bugs who are going before the Overqueen.
Oh yeah.
Along their way, they run into other bugs portrayed by these large cutouts rather than the 3D puppets. We also meet Lauren Lopez as Buggette, whose performance as both characters are absolutely incredible, but we aren't quite at her second character yet. After Bug refuses Bugette's offer of taking him home and tearing his head off for her larva to devour his body, they are accosted by the Mosquito brothers, Vito, Nito, and their sister Sweetheart.
I'm Vito.
I'm Nita.
And this is our sister, Sweetheart.
Yo!
The designs of these puppets are not only stylish, but functional, with pumps attached to red balloons on the mosquitoes that inflate to show the blood sacs being filled up as the mosquitoes drink the blood of their victims, which is just so damn cool. Speaking of the puppet design, we are finally presented with the Overqueen, as Bug and Roach are presented to receive their job. We know from the opening song that some of the jobs include Egg Planter, Mammal Wrangler, and Nourishment. What's Nourishment, you may be wondering?
Yum, yum, yum! More!
Yes. Now, who shall be the next little bug?
Yeah. I do love the design for the Overqueen with curtains flapping over and back to be the ginormous mouth. We see that Roach, the hopeless romantic himself, gets the job of Queen Impregnator after risen up the Overqueen.
And may I also add that you are looking especially gooey today.
Flattery will get you everywhere. My decision, Queen Impregnator.
And both the face of Brant Cox makes, as well as the vibrating of the puppet, is absolutely golden. So all that remains is for Bug to receive his job, where he reveals he wants to be a Starship Ranger to the Hive. And of course, he gets hardy hard and laughed at before being given the job of Implanter.
What's that?
What's a Starship Ranger?
Am I a Starship Ranger?
I'm a Starship Ranger.
Quiet, you're drunk.
No, I'm drunk.
Silence! My decision, Egg Planter.
Egg planter?
Yes, egg planters shall report to the hatchery immediately.
Yeah, but I don't want to be an
Silence, egg planter, and stand aside. Yes. Now, who shall step for... Wait a minute. What is that?
With impeccable visual effects and stellar sound design, we see a starship appear in the sky with a landing pod slowly making its way down to the planet's surface. Enter Officer Pretty Girl February. She's a scientist sent to the planet's surface to analyze whether or not the world is safe for colonization. Damn British. After measuring the amount of oxygen in the air, she removes her helmet.
Contains copious amounts of oxygen, but I think I should be okay. I will now remove my helmet. Let records show that I'm super ahead of schedule.
She hears a spooky noise, and just like every horror movie you've seen, February goes to investigate. But she finds some mammals. Mammals which the mammal wranglers need to capture in order to plant their eggs inside. Again, for a Starkid show, there is a phenomenal amount of world building done for Bug World, all of which is relevant to the story as a whole. So as Nick Lang and Joe Walker have an absolute blast wrangling some mammals, February is captured by them, but as she is, she sounds out a distress signal to the Starship Rangers.
Distress signal. Distress signal. Starship Rangers assemble. Rescue mission drop down in 3 minutes.
Introducing Lauren Lopez as Taz, the Mexican tough gal with more testosterone than an American football team from a teen rom-com. Spouting more Spanish than I care to realize whether or not is actually Spanish.
Oh, does that hurt you? Oh, walk it off!
Joe Moses as Crander, the most likely to die soldier you've ever seen in your life.
This can't be happening, man! What are we supposed to do now, man? This is like game over, man! Game over!
Julie Albane as Specs.
But gamma storms are interfering with my equipment. My spectrometer readings are off the wazoo!
Enough said. And Dylan Saunders as a hillbilly bumpkin from farm planet Tootsie Noodles.
My name is Tootsie Noodles.
The hell kind of name is that?
Well, you see where I come from, farm planet? Your first name is what you do, and your second name is what you like.
And last, but not least, Joe Walker as the esteemed Commander Up, who is your hard-as-nails commander veteran as the robot wars against the automatons. However, people believe that Commander Up has gone a bit soft after his injury.
I do not pee-pee sitting down. I never did it. And the one time that maybe you heard about, it was because the gravity was on too high. All right, so you try me standing up when the gravity is on 3 times too high. All right? I don't be sitting down. I may be like a big boy, that goddammit. I may be like a big boy, so stop making fun of me because it hurts my feelings.
And so with the team assembled to... Wait, hang on.
Whoa! Hey there, gang. Thank dead God I caught you before drop down. I just wanted to get a chance to introduce myself. My name's Junior. Maybe you heard of me.
Sorry. Last but not least, Brian Holden as Junior, the Nepo baby, here to supervise the mission on behalf of his father, who's the head of the whole Galactic League. And so now, with the team assembled...
Mega Girl!
Please state a command for me to service you.
Oh, come on. So last but not least, Meredith Stepien as the Alita Battle Angel, Black Mirror, iRobot, Astro Boy reference.
All hail Astro Boy!
Mega Girl. So with the team all assembled, although Commander Up is very wary of having this sassy, hate-fueled, cold-hearted robot accompanying them, they head down to the surface to go and rescue Officer February.
I told my dad you left 15 minutes ago. Sorry, guys, that one's my fault.
Drop down in -1 minute.
Hey, what are you doing, man? Just go. Let go of it. Stop it.
Okay. You know what? Why don't you just go on ahead without me this time? Well, I'm feeling a bit like a wet blanket nowadays.
But then Commander Up gets cold feet, so it's up to Lieutenant Taz to give the pep talk. But even after recounting their valiant battles against the robots, bullies, and Calculus...
Calculus was tough!
Yeah, I know, Taz, I know, but that was before my injury.
It's still not enough. So when a pep talk isn't enough, It's time for a pep song.
You say you've lost your edge. I say it's all in your head. So listen up, I got a message for you. And now we dance.
Lauren Lopez never misses. Having Commander Up's inspiring song called Get Back Up makes way too much sense with double meanings galore, and as the rest of the crew come in to compliment Commander Up completely of their own volition.
Say something nice, or I will kill you.
You're the coolest dude around!
You'll never let me down!
Take a good look in the mirror.
You're an awesome guy!
And the reason why
Every one of us is here.
I'm here to get the job done. I'm a beautiful son of a gun. And I'm the only one who can make it through.
That's true, that's what you gotta do.
Finally gets back on his feet, and his crew gets back up.
I'm gonna get back up.
So back down on the planet's surface in the hive, Bug is starting his new job as egg planter, where, unlike the new recruit to mammal wrangling, thinks that the job sucks. But I just love how loving and encouraging Nick Lang is as the mentor Bug, trying to make the best out of the situation and help them realize how important their job is.
Hey, well, did you know that every egg in our swarm starts out by parasitically gestating in one of these mammals? And who do you think plants the eggs in those mammals?
Is it the egg planters?
And bingo was his name-o. That's right. So, you still think being an egg planter is lame?
Yes.
So as Bug is left to his own devices, he finds what he's always been looking for.
Where do I fit? Where do I stand? Who are they to say what I am? And how can I stay inside this awful world I know? And I need a way out, I need an escape. I'd rather be dead than to live in this place. I wish that something or someone could just take it all away. Someone take me away.
A human! It's revealed that bugs and humans have different languages, but Bug has watched the tapes from the crashed starship so much that he just knows human language. Don't think too hard about it. He communicates with February while she is blinded by mucus, causing her to believe that Bug is human too. Not only a human, but she thinks he's a Starship Ranger. And in one of many great moments where the fourth wall is broken by Joey, detaching from his puppet, he tosses his egg planting bag off stage and frees February, only to be stopped by the jealous Buggette. Bug makes it past her with February, but it seems like Buggette isn't gonna let it slide.
Hey, what are you doing?
Don't worry about that now, Buggette. Just get out of the way.
You're not supposed to take mammals out of the hatchery. You could get in really big trouble.
Well, I'm not gonna get in trouble if nobody knows. Now, please!
I won't let you jeopardize your future for that thing.
She's not a thing. You wouldn't understand.
Also, Lauren Lopez never misses. And so we return to the real Starship Rangers, still searching for February on the planet's surface. The presence of Mega Girl still causes some tension amongst the crew, as she talks about her superior robot design compared to the weak, fleshy humans, which Taz responds with a string of Mexican-influenced insults.
One more comment like that, and I'm going to wrap you up in a tortilla, and then I will eat you as a snack, maybe with some pico de gallo.
Suddenly, a group of bugs appears and the Starship Rangers are met with the same decision every Helldivers 2 player has. Fight the robots, or fight the bugs.
What are these hideous creatures? Disgusting, so gross, with such insidious features. What on earth are we supposed to do? I scream, bloody murder! These things are odious. We better kill them all right now.
What are these hideous creatures is a very Pocahontas song with the whole "they are different, so they are dangerous" mentality, fueling the whole conflict, which leads us into our main theme of the show, with judging people on their outward appearance. During this whole back and forth with the bugs, Tootsie Noodles begins to confess his feelings to Mega Girl and how he is quite romantically inexperienced.
I am not a woman.
I know how you feel. Sometimes I don't feel very much like a man on account of how I never made love to a woman or nothing. Don't get me wrong, I once had a flirtatious relationship with a stack of hay, but that was kind of strange because this stack of hay was my cousin.
And only when rewatching the show did I realize Tootsie Noodle's tragic backstory of how he fell in love with his cousin, who was a stack of hay, until his cousin got eaten by a horse.
The horse ate my cousin. Me and horses got a feud.
Because they were a stack of hay. So he joined the Starship Rangers and witnessed empirical proof that science killed God. Which isn't a major plot point, but it's brought up a lot.
Thank dead God I caught you before drop down. I just wanted to get a chance to introduce myself.
You're the best! Dead Godspeed, soldier!
Lucky for me, God is dead.
And speaking of not judging by appearances, what better way to do that than by being blind? Blinded by mucus, that is. February wants to bring Bug back with her to the starship and then go shopping or something. But as Bug is about to tell her the truth about who he really is, Mega Girl steps in and shoots a Bug and tases February before Taz grabs her and brings her to the ship.
What are these hideous creatures? Repugnant, appalling. What is that sickening speech, or are they all just growling? All I gotta say is, holy crap, they're loathsome, nasty animals. How dare they even start a brawl? Take a piece of this, take a piece of that, you wild, vicious cannibals. Let's crush this hateful curse before they get us first. We must destroy them all. Destroy them all.
Stop shooting! I got her!
As the Starship Rangers are about to leave though, Commander Up goes soft and heads back to save Mega Girl from the bugs. However, Mega Girl doesn't repay the favor and abandons them after tossing Specs off the ship also. Too bad for Commander Up and his human heart being no match for the analytical cold heart of robotic steel. So not only have the Starship Rangers been left behind, but so too has Bug. And Bug is in a whole lot of trouble since Buggette snitched on him, and he is brought before the Overqueen. He is set to be executed, but Roach steps in to stop it, and since the job Roach had gotten was Queen Impregnator, well, let's just say he's been doing a good job and has a lot of sway over the Overqueen's decisions.
Roach! You're really putting me on the spot here! Alright, fine. He will not be squashed. But know this! My mercy is extended but once.
So instead of executing Bug, he is barred from contacting Hamoons, leaving the hive, and in Little Mermaid prequel style, he is not allowed to sing or dance either. Or that could be a Footloose reference. There's a lot. Buggette tries to mend things with Bug, but he is so enraged over his dreams of being a Starship Ranger dashed, he tells her to bug off.
Oh, now you've gone and made me cry.
When all hope is lost, along come the Mosquito Brothers to make it all worse. Or maybe they have come to make it better. The Mosquito Brothers take Bug to go see Pincer, a scorpion who left the hive after he was given the job of nourishment, and instead he decided he wanted some nourishment of his own, wanting human flesh, hence why Pincer has brought Bug here. Dylan Saunders is an absolute glory to behold, in both this role and Tootsie Noodles. Two complete opposites, yet he plays them both so convincingly. I forget that he is both characters in the same show. And of course not to mention the puppet design for Pincer. He is truly massive, and is operated by 4 separate actors to show a wide range of emotions. Dylan holding up and operating the mouth with someone else behind him to support the tail, with Nick Lang and Lauren Lopez not only carrying the claws, but emoting with their faces, along with how Pincer is expressing himself.
Oh, wait, I've got an idea. No, that probably wouldn't work.
Wait, what is it?
Oh, it's stupid. If I tell you, you'll think I'm stupid, and then I'll be embarrassed.
Oh, Pincer? What? You don't have to be embarrassed in front of me. We're friends.
It is truly a feat of brilliance to see on stage, and honestly, is a completely underrated feat of puppetry in musical theatre. The puppet design team did an absolutely phenomenal job with Pincer. So Pincer plays the part of tempting Bug with a deal. He has a brain leech that can produce a spore to link minds. He has a body of a Starship Ranger that is brain dead but preserved in a cryo chamber. And he has Bug, someone who knows the human language.
The leech, I've got the body, and I've got you. Put them together and what have you got?
What?
Okay, so Bug isn't the brightest egg in the mammal, but thankfully, this gives Pincer the opportunity to explain his plan and convince Bug to go along with it in the form of one of my favorite Starkid songs of all time. Kick it up a notch.
You become a Starship Ranger.
Me? But I don't
Oh, now listen to me, my confused little friend. We are friends, after all. I used to have my fair share of doubts and fears, and well, they quite literally almost ate me alive. But no! I took charge. I pushed it to the limit. So you gotta be strong. Be tough. To coin a phrase, be a man. You gotta kick it up a notch if you're ever gonna reach your goal. You can't sit around and watch. Your destiny is in your control.
Bug has his I Want song of being a Starship Ranger, but Pincer has a You Want song, convincing Bug with promises of everything he desires, like how we see in Poor Unfortunate Souls and Friends on the Other Side, thank you Disney. And what's the most effective way to get under a character's exoskeleton? Why, by using their own lyrics against them, of course.
It's some big, big universe.
So many dimensions and unanswered questions.
Not to mention life.
What an invention. Life.
There's no choice involved in what you are given. One mind, one voice, one body to live in.
If you haven't seen our many reviews of Epic the Musical and why that's such an incredible tool for a musical to use, you should go do so when you're finished watching this.
Well, Bug, what do you say?
I think I'll kick it up a notch. I don't care about the queen or the high.
That's the spirit. Kick them all straight in the crotch. How about that? Yeah. Who are they to deprive us unto?
So, Pincer has got Bug on his side. He gets his human body as long as he brings more human bodies back to Pincer for dinner. Nothing sinister about that at all.
Younger for flesh, I want it warm and fresh. Oh, Pincer, you're in for a treat. Let's kick it up a notch.
Kick it up a notch.
So at last, I'll have human meat.
So the Starship Rangers are abandoned on this icky, sticky bug world, as Krander, the most likely to die, does the whole panicked pessimism thing the fourth most developed character of a squad fighting aliens would say. I'm talking Alien reference,
Like, game over, man! Game over!
Terminator reference,
Hasta luego, dude!
Karate Kid reference?
Konnichiwa, Daniel-san, we're finished!
Can we get someone tough to yell snap out of it and slap this guy, please?
Oh! Ow! My mug!
No, wait, Taz, you hit the wrong guy. Taz, while being supportive of Up before, now sees that his big ol' heart and soft demeanor has stranded them on an alien planet. So she strips him of his honor and strips him of his mustache. With an old, "I am the captain now, and come with me if you want to live," Taz takes the other Starship Rangers to go live, or something. Thankfully, Up always brings a backup stash, and chases after them right into a spider's web. Trapped, and with no hope of escape, if only they could talk their way out of this mess.
Oh God, if you could find it in your zombie heart to let us live, I'd give you my brain, Steve.
Mr. Spider, stop! Oh, what? Who's sneaking up on me?
It's me, Bug. Say, these things are my friends. Do you think you could, stop eating them?
Your friends? Well, why didn't they say so?
Oh hey, look at that! Which is a real good thing because some people had a few things they'd like to do before they died.
Thank that God, man! I thought I was gonna die a virgin.
Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
Well, I guess celibacy is pretty popular in the Starship Rangers. A familiar voice in an unfamiliar body emerges from backstage. Bug is in a human body! And it seems the whole mind-link spore design may have just been an excuse for Joey to wear yet another headband in a show. Commander Up gives Bug a commendable handshake, and while trying to explain the truth, Specs comes in and accordingly to calculations the situation so that everyone believes Bug is a survivor of a crashed starship. And while he tries to bring them all to Pincer, they are more focused on the fact that they can use February's drop pod to get back to their starship. A dramatic point in the distance and a glimpse at his future, and Bug breaks into song about he can achieve everything he has ever wanted to now. All by breaking free from the status quo that his hive has forced upon him all his life.
So I say no to status quo.
After emotional heart-to-heart with his best friend Roach, Bug climbs aboard the drop pod and heads off to be a Starship Ranger. Boo! It's me, the human behind the video. According to YouTube analytics, nobody watches the end of videos, so we're gonna put this part in here. We stream on Sundays if you'd like to come hang out with us. Also, Brandon has been streaming through Elden Ring all the way up until the DLC is going to be released, so if you could support him doing that, he really needs it. He's died in that game a lot. Also, according to YouTube analytics, people watch the videos and they all subscribe, so I think I'm just going to yell at you to go and do that right now. So subscribe if you reach this point, and we're going to go and jump right back in to the rest of the show. So Act 2 has us jumping back in with Junior, on call with his dad, the head of the Galactic League, who looks a lot like Dr. Evil Strangeglove Clawman. You know, the one from Inspector Gadget? And if he's the head of the Galactic League, are the Starship Rangers actually the baddies? As they discussed the mission, they revealed that they purposefully wanted February to get captured so that an egg could be implanted in her chest so they could bring it back to home base and experiment on it to have their own bug army for the Galactic League. I mean, it's pretty evil, but look how humanizing this call is with Junior and his dad, where he gets praised for a job well done. We see his dad got remarried after Junior's mother died a day after he left, and that Junior has a bad habit that his dad is not happy with, but thankfully Junior cuts off the call before he gets caught and can't play ball with his boys.
I almost got caught for smoking pot. And I probably would have been grounded for the whole summer. Wouldn't have been able to play ball with the guys or nothing.
Greg, Steve, and Stu, and Mark. Wait a minute, wrong musical. So with impeccable visual effects and stellar sound design, Mega Girl scans February to find that there are in fact no eggs implanted in her chest at all. With the plan falling apart and the Starship Rangers and one other arriving on deck, Junior fakes an injury and tells Mega Girl to hide February and herself. As the Rangers arrive, Taz finally speaks some Spanish that I do understand.
¿Dónde está la robota?
Mega Girl re-emerges, and in a thrilling face-off between Taz and the robot, it is revealed that the only way to kill her is with a Terminator reference.
Because it won't do you any good, Taz. The only way to decommission a Mega Girl unit is to slowly lower her into lava. Everybody knows that.
Commander Up diffuses the situation and Crander disables Mega Girl. You know what, I'm just gonna ignore that part, as Commander Up gets everyone ready to head back to Earth. But wait, it's only the start of Act 2. We can't go home yet. Because the warp crystals are gone, of course.
Warp crystals! The warp crystals are missing. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. We're stuck here.
Well, I guess this just means that we're all gonna have to keep our chins up and a song in our heart. Rangers, I want every single one of you to get back to your dormitories right now and take a bubble bath. We deserve bubbles on our skin.
So people pair off, with Bug finally meeting February face to human face for the first time. Up goes off with Taz, or at least tries to. Craner heads off with Specs because process of elimination, and Tootsie Noodles has a moment with Mega Girl once more.
I'm alright, in case you were worried.
Damn, I was worried you would be.
I never knew a farmer and a robot could have such a compelling relationship. Also, as we head into our next song, I must commend Meredith for not only singing in her robot-style voice, but also making it sound angelic as she harmonizes with Dylan Saunders as they look past the surface.
I never expected
My wires are protected
to
from
find
abnormal
someone
things like you.
You know the whole theme of the show I was talking about a while back? Yeah, looking past the outward appearance. And in case you thought Bug and February were being left out of this whole lovey-dovey romance song, they get to chip in too.
I know you'll agree, that's all we need to make all our dreams come true. But if this life has an ending, I'm glad that I'm spending this short little time with get to know you. You don't know you don't know me the way I do.
Although I have to say that when next to Dylan and Meredith, it is very hard to compete vocally in comparison. And so, double meaning is thrown around as Tootsie and Mega Girl view each other differently from how they view themselves, and Bug tries to tell February that she doesn't know who he truly is, but the whole romance metaphor gets the meanings all jumbled. It is an absolute blast to see how Bug is learning human behavior, thinking that the passive-aggressive squeeze-too-hard handshake is just how you're supposed to do a handshake, and now Bug sees Commander Up bring Specs up onto his lap, and Bug thinks that's just something that humans are supposed to do too.
Here. Why don't you take a seat on my lap?
This is where Commander Up trauma dumps about his injury in the final days of the Robot Wars against the Autobots, where the Gundam Wing Zero fighter Gumanimatron was going to destroy them all if they didn't do something. But then Optimus Prime strung up and sawed him in half. Hot dog, not hamburger style. But in the process, he lost his balls, which makes the insult Taz threw at him about being a sad spayed puppy seem to be in really poor taste in retrospect. Also, half his body is now what he hates. A robot. All that's left of his humanity is his big ol' heart. Bug doesn't know much, but he makes a Last Jedi reference. Even though Last Jedi wouldn't release for another 10 years or so, by telling Up that he shouldn't fight what he hates, but save what he loves. And then Commander Up gives him a big ol' kiss. Well, Eskimo kiss, but the Starkid fandom will draw fan art of that far differently. Also, Joey's face during the whole monologue gets me every damn time. It's just incredible. Then Up gives Bug the advice on how to get with February, with the keys to the drop pod and love in his heart. Also the fact that Bug is not good at pretending to be human, but everyone is too dumb as bricks to notice when he talks about bugs. He refers to himself with it as well.
Oh, I have a great idea! I'll take February back down to the hive. I'll show her how great bugs can be, that there's no way she has to be afraid of us.
Speaking of dumb as bricks, Junior slinks in onto stage after spying on them and plans to head down to Bug World and ensure Bug never returns.
Oh yes, I think that Bug's about to have a little accident involving his head and my zapper. Then I'll shoot him!
In a surprise twist, Megagirl expresses disdain for the idea, ever since she got a new boyfriend, Tootsie Noodles. Junior finds that hilarious, and that the only reason Tootsie is in love with her is because he thinks she's human, which, let's be honest, it's not the case. Tootsie fell in love with a stack of hay. Being a human has got nothing to do with it. So, does this count as pansexual representation?
I'd love you if you was the horse that ate my cousin.
In a moment of some more pure, less comedic acting, Junior begins to grow a pair and be less evil, conniving, and scheming in the background to straight up setting Megagirl to kill mode, to wipe out the crew while he heads down to Bug World to finish the job himself.
Okay, well, I was gonna try and do this covert, but what the hell? You think I need this crew? Wrong! You're working for me, Megagirl, whether you like it or not. Because you see, all I have to do is remove that inhibitor chip, and then you can say goodbye to all those behavioral programs that are making you think you got a little crush.
No, please don't.
Yes, you'll become what all robots are at their very core, mindless killing machines.
No, stop doing what you are doing.
You'll wipe out this entire crew along with that fart knocker Tootsie Noodles!
No! Annihilate human enslavers.
Down on the surface of said planet, Bug tries to show February that life on Bug World can be pretty damn beautiful. Enter Roach, ready to play the part of silent wingman for Bug, and his Who-Man, similar to how Sebastian from The Little Mermaid does in Kiss the Girl, where he tries to sing in a way that shows the beauty of the world that goes beyond language, since if you remember, humans and bugs don't understand each other. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and the beauty of Bug World is there for show indiscriminately, no matter where you come from, no matter where you've been, it don't matter what you look like. We don't care! We don't care! Sorry. Also in the middle of the song, the mentor Bug comes along and once again, with upbeat optimism, gives the best instructions to Bug to ensure that Bug's date goes swimmingly.
Hey, and if all else fails, girls are nuts for chocolate.
Oh, thanks, mister.
Hey, no problem. Good luck, you two. Bye.
Now, while that was an incredible number, February couldn't understand any of it, so to her, a bunch of giant bugs just flew up and buzzed a bunch in her face, and she did not enjoy it at all.
But, I'm a girl, and I just think that all of this stuff was really gross.
What?
And in this moment of pure disgust and xenophobia, February has the realization that they can use the warp crystals from the old crashed starship. Meanwhile, Bug is trying to put his feelings back together after the woman he loves says she hates his kind. So, now that February's frontal lobe is finally formed, they head to the crashed starship, but not before Junior is oh so proud of his spying once again. He's gonna tail him and put an end to... Well, what he should do is...
I'll kill him in a moment. I'm fine. I'm fine.
No, I'm sure it wasn't anything important. So in the crashed starship, Bug shows February around where he grew up, and she shows us how she didn't get the job of scientist for nothing, as she repairs the distress signal that we saw at the beginning of the show.
Captain Flock, stardate 30XX. During our approach to an uncharted alien planet, we were hit by an unanticipated meteor shower in an attempt to escape. We flew stern first into a gamma radiation space storm. Our outer hull was compromised, and my first mate exploded. Someone really fire trucked up big time! Activate the emergency landing gear! We're going down!
Bug, I think this is the ship's memory.
This is so weird. I'm so used to the scrambly version.
While they don't recognize the ominous scorpion shadow in the footage, we can safely say that Pincer had a part to play in the massacre of the old Starship crew. This is the point where February goes from dumb blonde to legally blonde, where she begins to unravel the whole Galactic League conspiracy, why she was hired because of her body.
Why would they want to do that?
I don't know, but it all makes sense. That's why when Junior interviewed me for this mission, he was asking me all those creeper questions like, are you often followed by illegal aliens? And how big is your esophagus? I mean, I thought he was hitting on me.
Girl, I'm pretty sure that's not hitting on someone. That's like sexual harassment of some form. She figures that the crew is so cobbled together with misfits because they were supposed to be inept and die on this planet, while Junior took February after she was captured and had an egg implanted in her so they would have an alien to experiment on. They head on back to warn the others about the plan they've uncovered. And unfortunately for Junior, though, he is stuck in a weird situation without Daddy's money or influence to bail him out. Sporting a headband, brain leech spore, Junior hears the voice of Pincer in his head, come to torment him and pick his brain before picking apart his brain.
Bring it on! Oh, God! It's a monster! Wait, what's on my head? I didn't play racquetball. It's in my brain!
Just a little something that will allow us to communicate. It's a tradition I have with all my victims, really. I like to pick their brains before I eat it.
Just as Junior is about to get his comeuppance, he ends up weaseling his way out of becoming scorpion food by using the same reverse psychology that Pincer used on Bug, as we see that Junior is back in control of the situation, pulling the strings. He's a puppeteer, if you will.
Hey, I have an idea. No, it probably wouldn't work.
What is it?
No, it's stupid. If I tell you, you'll think that I'm stupid. Then I'll be embarrassed.
You don't have to be embarrassed in front of me. We're friends.
So now the two antagonistic forces have teamed up, it's time to kick it up a notch.
My name's Pincer.
I'm Junior. Maybe you heard of me. Hey, Pincer, what do you say you and me kick it up a notch?
Yes. Let's kick it up a notch.
Back on the starship, February explains the whole conspiracy of the Galactic League of Extraterrestrial Exploration.
Damn that GLEE! They're always making twisted abominations of everything!
That's really funny, because Darren Criss, who wrote the songs for the show, went on to be in Glee afterwards. February continues explaining before being rudely interrupted by the arrival of none other than the Mosquito Brothers flying in to kill Crander. No! And to make things even worse, Pincer is here. In true Pincer fashion, he begins to toy with his food. Mentally traumatized brains taste better or something?
She was the one human that trusted you. Well, it seems that while I've been lying to you, you've been lying to her. Let's see how much these humans trust you when they know the truth.
So Bug announces the truth to the Rangers. No misunderstandings, no wacky interruptions, no misconceptions. Just the truth. And February is heartbroken. Tears make the meat more tender, I guess?
I owe you a debt of gratitude for making them weep so. I like my meat nice and tender.
Suddenly the ship begins to shake as Mega Girl begins to take the efficient course of action to blow up the ship in order to kill all the humans by overloading the ship's core. Then Crander rises from the dead to give Pincer what for.
It's not over yet, man! Run! I've got him pinned down like a piece of Arturian food tag!
As everyone makes their escape, Crander and his indomitable human spirit makes the ultimate sacrifice.
Kill you and your whole effing race, man!
Oh, yes, that's very nice.
So Bug has been labeled a traitorous bug, which leaves Specs to go find Tootsie to try and stop Mega Girl. Specs gets yeeted And in order to stop Megagirl, Tootsie Noodles has to—
That's not my name! I changed my name to Tootsie Megagirl. Because where I come from, Farm Planet, your first name is what you do, and your second name is what you love.
That is the most heartwarming thing I have ever heard a farmer say in my life. Megagirl malfunctions and downloads a new emotion. Love. So as the two share a kiss, Specs goes to do that important text-up that doesn't matter anymore. What really matters is the fight against the Mosquito Brothers. Taz faces them down alone after Commander Up was too soft to do so also. Unfortunately, 3 against 1 just isn't a fair fight. As Taz is stuck and sucked by the mosquitoes, Up comes in to tear them off her, only to get stabbed himself and have the blood drained from his body.
Come on, big guy! It's all you can eat! You damn bugs!
Jamie Lynn Beatty's face while she's a mosquito is always a delight to watch. Oh, I'm sorry. Haven't you aliens learned? Adrenaline isn't a myth. And in a state of pure, humanity-fueled rage, Commander Up makes a Hulk reference as he overloads the Mosquito Brothers with his own blood beating from his human heart.
You want blood? Then take it.
Hey, Stark!
Take it!
With Commander Up regaining Taz's respect, she hops on and they ride into the sunset. Well, I mean there's no sunset because they're in space, but you get what I mean. So February has devolved back from being a functional human being to Pretty Girl trying to use a gun as a blow dryer, which... Wait, using it as a blow dryer? Whoa, wait. Thankfully, before February can do any damage to herself, Bug runs in with a spear and a one-liner to fight off Pincer. Trapped in the airlock with Pincer, Bug says goodbye to February, and that he's sorry. All he wanted for himself was to be a Starship Ranger, but on Bug World, they've got a saying. The need of the many outweighs the need of the few. And so out the airlock that poor Bug flew. Which counts as an Alien reference. Oh hey, who else forgot that wasn't Bug's real body? So waking back in Pincer's cave, Bug hears gunfire outside as we see that Junior has discovered the Overqueen and is here to slaughter millions of bugs in the process as we get a reprise of Kick It Up a Notch.
I love to kick it up a notch, 'cause I'm evil and bad to the bone. Yeah, I'm smoking pot! Looks like Junior is all grown up.
Also, Junior's smoking pot now. He's growing up and stepping out of his father's shadow by, instead of doing this all covertly like his father wanted, he is in here, guns blazing. It is quite strange to see something as large and powerful in the hive such as the Overqueen quake before the might of the Second Amendment. Junior's here to take the Overqueen with him and hatch all the bug soldiers he needs for the Galactic League's army. Thankfully, Bug is here to stop him, but when reasoning doesn't work, poor naive Bug is just all out of ideas.
You know, we have a saying here on Bug World. The needs of the many bugs outweigh the needs of the few bugs. My life for the hive.
We've got a saying where I come from too, Bug. God save the Queen.
They are feckin' Brits! Shouldn't know anything to do with colonizing has to do with Britain. Sorry, personal vendetta against the English aside, Junior takes aim at Bug and fires. Bugette, having played second fiddle to a Who-Man the whole show, gave her life for Bug. So in thanks, Bug repays her with a song that he'd say— oh, nope, there she goes. Lauren Lopez never misses. But remember what Baguette has been carrying around this whole show? That's right, it's Chekhov's larva sac. Newborn bugs devour the nearest mammal for sustenance. And it would seem that that would be Junior.
Here's a tip. Newborn bugs devour the nearest mammal for nourishment. Don't look now, but that's you. And Bingo was his name.
As the bugs mourn the loss of Baguette and the Starship Rangers mourn the loss of Bug. Wait, Kramer is still alive? During the funeral, Bug pulls a Sherlock Holmes, Batman, Captain Man, Kid Danger, and attends his own funeral. Bug reveals to February who he truly is. And surprisingly, she's finally overcome her hatred for bugs and gives him a big ol' kiss, while Joey gives the greatest look to the audience as such an incredible and clever fourth wall break in this show, making great use of the fact that both the puppet and the actor are in fact two separate entities. And so Mega Girl and Tootsie get married. Seeing past the dumbassery and robotic exteriors of each other, Taz looks past the tough exterior of Commander Up and sees his big human heart, and February sees past Bug being a bug and loves him for him, even learning the words I love you in bug language.
Eep.
Eep.
Op.
Op.
Orc.
Orc.
Ah.
Ah. What does that mean, Bug?
It means I love you.
Eep. Orc. To you too, Bug. Eep. Orc.
People have told me that Starship is a direct parody of Starship Troopers, but I believe that there is such a wide range of sci-fi references through vast amounts of media, and it's basically like a retelling of The Little Mermaid, but with aliens, that it kind of just loops back around to being its own original thing. And the puppetry in this show is something that I feel is really overlooked and underrated. Like, there is some incredible stuff that is in this show that I haven't seen outside of maybe Warhorse. Has anyone ever seen that stage production? And as Starkid has drifted towards really developing the Hatchetfield series, they haven't really had a need for use of puppetry, except in Nightmare Time, where we really got to see how incredible their puppet work can be with Abstinence Camp and Yellow Jacket. So maybe I'm a theater nerd who's just really excited to see more use of puppetry in shows on stage, and with Cinderella Castle on its way around the corner, I just can't contain my hype, and I just need to talk about other shows that have come before that have made use of puppetry, and Starship is just so incredible at doing that. Practical effects are cool, guys, okay? Call me old-fashioned, but I feel like that's just the purest art form that you can put on stage, or even in movies, because that is something that is tactile and real and doesn't need a bunch of dots around your face or a green screen behind you. And in my opinion, that the puppetry is the best form of portraying a fantastical character on stage. And beyond the puppetry, the story and the writing in Starship is so tight, with the world building and exposition so intrinsically wrapped around the plot and character development. It would seem that Starship accomplishes in one 3-hour show what Hatchetfield has taken to develop over the course of 3 musicals, 2 seasons of some Zoom shows, and a short movie, and they are still ongoing with that. But maybe that's an unfair comparison to make, considering the vast scale of a multiverse, but even then, it is no easy feat to establish an alien world and its society, as well as the history of robot wars, all within 2 acts of a singular musical show. And of course, in Starship, wouldn't be a Starkid show without the songs, and Darren Criss did an incredible job with these. Now, I must admit, not all of them match up to Starkid's recent stuff, but Kick It Up a Notch will forever be a timeless classic. Now, Pincer, I think the character of Pincer is just a testament to the show as a whole. Character, his song, his backstory, His puppet design, I cannot wait to see what Starkid is going to pull out to try and match this in the Cinderella Castle.
I think I'll kick it up a notch. I don't care about the queen or the high.
That's the spirit. Kick them all straight in the crotch. How about that?
Yeah.
Who are they to deprive us so unto? Kick it up a notch. Never give yourself a reason to doubt. You got to strike it while it's hot. Cause that's what living's all about. My dear bug,
I'm gonna
it's
be
time
a
to
Starship Ranger. Well, see you on the other side, Pincer. I love you.
I love you too, Bug.
I mean, like a massive dragon puppet with like multiple moving parts. Rawr.